that kind of leads me into our conversation this morning is how to get the best performance once it becomes game time. Mm-hmm. And what you do in the offseason prepares you for championship performances come November. And a guy that knows a whole lot about getting the best performance is my guest this morning. His name is Sean Garner. Sean is now known as the EPT guy.
That's right.
And I won't define the EPT except to say it's Excel Performance Training. It's a combination. It's a unification of Excel Physical Therapy and Primal Life Training into one outstanding organization. Sean, I know you're just busting at the seams. Tell us, what's the difference now that it's Excel Performance Training?
Yeah, exactly. Again, thank you guys so much for having us. Very excited to be here, get to kind of share exactly our passion for what we do with local athletes here in the Tulsa area. So what this partnership means is it means a strength conditioning service unlike anything Oklahoma's ever seen before. So like you said, we were originally Primal Life Training, and then we were very blessed and fortunate enough to now be combined with the number one, the largest privately owned physical therapy company in Oklahoma, Excel Therapy. And so now we have combined, merged, we're one big happy family, and we are Excel Performance Training.
Now, as Excel Performance Training, there are a lot of different avenues that you are able to provide to the people that work with you, not only sports performance training, injury recovery, youth athlete development, but also working individually and collectively with the high school teams, whether it's football, whether it's basketball. You've got something for all seasons year-round.
Absolutely. One thing that we say at Excel Performance Training is that next season starts now. So it's not time to be thinking about football during football season. It's time to be thinking about it spring, winter, way before the season even starts. And so one of the things that I really am passionate about that I feel like separates us from any other program in the state is our injury reduction program. So think about this. How many times have you guys seen a high school athlete have everything going for them? It's looking like their senior year. They've had colleges talking to them. They've got scholarships on the line. And then a snap second, they lose it all with an injury. You know, we also see that with our pro athletes. Maybe they've got a contract year. It's that big year where, you know, we're going from collegiate to the pro level possibly, or we're already a pro and we've got that contract on the line. And then a blink of an eye, you know, we lose it all with an injury. So what we do at Excel Performance Training is we're going to make sure that those injury reductions go way down. We're not God. We can't control or prevent injuries. But one thing that we say is we like to reduce injuries. And any good strength conditioning program should do that. The American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons actually reports high school athletes that have had an ACL injury before are 15 times more likely to get another ACL injury. So not only are we trying to reduce injuries with our program, but those athletes that have had an injury, we want to get them to return to sport even quicker and stronger than before. And that's one of the things that makes us different, because by being combined with Excel Therapy, we work in conjunction with the therapist. So as they're going through their PT and their rehab and everything, they work with us at Excel Performance Training at the same time. So we're still keeping that athletic development there while they're doing the rehab at the same time.
Hey, Sean Garner's with us, Excel Performance Training. And look, this question comes up a lot, and I'm sure you could ask this a lot. What is the right age to start a physical training program? Now, it's not like you guys are doing bench presses and lifting weights with 5-year-old kids, but at what age is a good age to start that?
So that's a great question. We get that asked all the time. Mm-hmm. So for us, we have two different programs that we work as far as athletic development. So we have our big one is our sports performance program. And for that, we like to take athletes from middle school to our high school collegiate level athletes working together in groups. That's where we're going to teach them, you know, speed development. We're going to be doing your typical strength conditioning. We're working on our injury prevention. We are doing the big lifts, you know, the deadlift, the squat, bench press, things like that. At the same time, working on those little accessory things that set us apart so we can work in conjunction with current strength conditioning coaches at high school level athletes. Now, we also have a youth agility speed and agility program. And for that, its age is typically 5 to 11 because it's very important. If you look at America today, we have a huge epidemic of obesity with our children and everything. So you don't necessarily have to be an athlete to do athletic stuff. So what we want to do is we want to take these kids, get them in a fun, positive, safe environment and teach them how to move properly, whether they are an athlete or whether they just need to come in there and get more physically active. So we take them as young as 5 years old, but they're not going to be doing bench press, deadlift, things like that. We're going to have fun. We're going to teach them how to run, teach them how to move and control their body, and just get them moving again.
Yeah, I think the way you've described it to me and some of the information I've seen is speed, agility leads to performance. You're not really trying to make that guy the Hulkamania of his third grade class, but you are trying to improve his mobility and improve his range of motion or her range of motion so that when they're out there participating in summer softball or playing youth football in the fall or basketball, whatever, they're reducing their risk of injury and also improving their performance at the same level.
Absolutely. We say you have to move well and then move often. So the basic foundation of our program is movement. If you're squatting improperly, it doesn't matter how much weight you're doing. Eventually, your body's going to say, nuh-uh, and it's going to stop moving properly, and you're going to have an injury. So we take everything down, and we break it down into basic movement patterns, teach you how to move and control your body at body weight, then at light loads. And then, yes, we've got some ridiculously strong high school athletes here that train at our gym that are moving some very impressive weights. But we always start, the foundation for everything is movement and teaching them how to move and increasing that mobility.
Sean, we were talking before we came on the air this morning about the unique program that Excel Performance Training makes available to high school coaches, where you can go in and kind of help in the assessment of their student athletes and help to, like you said, reduce the risk of injuries and also improve the performance at the same time. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so one of the things that, again, is so exciting about this partnership with Excel Therapy is we're partnered up with also functional movement systems, and so it's called FMS in short. And what that is, it's a 7-step movement pattern where we go into the high schools, and it's, in essence, just a movement exam. So we're not looking at their physical capacity or anything like that. We're looking, can they squat? Can they lunge? Can their body maintain a good, stable core while they're doing a push-up? And based upon those 7 movement patterns, we're able to identify potential risk injuries for the athlete and maybe some possible holes in the strength conditioning program. So this is a service that we offer free for local high schools. They can just contact us at excelperformancetraining.com or info@excelperformancetraining.com or call us at the facility. It's 918-949-4223 and set that up for us. But again, what we do is we go into the high school, totally free service. We bring our trainers, our physical therapist out there, and we set up stations, have all their athletes go through this program, send a report back to the strength conditioning coach or the athletic director, show them again, like I said, is 30% of your team, do they have shoulder issues? Is there 40% of your team that, is having knee pain whenever they squat? So that way we can look and we can identify programs to set up for the coaches so that they can help their team to stay healthy and active and at the same time reduce those injuries. We actually just got back from Beggs High School about 3 weeks ago where we did this with the coaching staff out there for the entire athletic department. And we're able to have a chance to speak with the athletic director and the football coach and the strength conditioning coach. And one of the things that they said is they've actually been doing this with us now for 2 years. They said they wouldn't have made it near as far as the playoffs had they not have done this because, it's a small school, so they've got a lot of guys that have to play both sides of the ball. And so had they not had that injury reduction and knowing where their holes in their strength program was, they wouldn't have made it so far because, whenever, it's good to, you can have a good player for one game, but if they're good all through the season, that's where you need to keep them, especially in those smaller schools.
As one of my coaching buddies several seasons, Matt Hennessy says, it's not win game 1, it's win game 14.
Yeah.
You don't have to win them all. You just have to win game 14 to hoist the gold ball. Now, the other thing that I wanted you to talk about is the ability that this unification between Excel Physical Therapy as Excel Performance Training, you have the ability to work with those schools that have high school trainers and also those schools that do not have the trainers to assist the coaches who many times just have that thrown into their game time preparation.
Yeah, exactly. So what we do is we don't want to, by any means, step on the toes of any strength conditioning coaches or any football coaches. We want to work with them. So several things that we do to kind of separate us is we're not trying to take their job. We're not trying to go in there and steal their athletes. We don't want their star athletes just to come train with us so we can say they are. What we do is one of the things that separates us about our program is it works in conjunction with the other school's strength conditioning program. So we have our athletes bring to us, or we speak to the strength coach directly, especially if we have an in-season athlete with us and we see their current lifting program. So if they squatted at school that day, well, they're not going to come to us and squat. They're going to come and they're going to work on accessory drills to work on injury prevention and reduction and things like that. So we're not trying to say the strength coach isn't doing a good job. We're trying to work with them to produce a better athlete, especially any strength coach that has any injured athletes or that athlete that's looking for that next level up, and that needs a little extra time. you've got one coach sometimes going over 120 guys, especially if you got one of these big 6A schools around here, so they can't manage everybody. So that's where we want to kind of step in, help them with the injured athletes, help them with those kind of problem players that are looking for the next step up to go. Another thing that we do is for some of the smaller schools is go into the high school so that we can actually assist with the strength and conditioning program. So you've got some of the smaller schools that maybe can't afford a full-time strength coach. What we actually do, and we've done this with some of the local schools. Right now we're in with Bishop Kelly and with Claremore basketball. We did them a couple years ago. And we go into the schools and we write a strength conditioning program. We show the coaches how to implement it. We can go into their facility and do it, or they can bring the team out to us. So we work with the school in order to get a good strength conditioning program, because all that matters is keeping these athletes safe and healthy throughout the entire season.
Well, we got a caller on the line, I guess, with a question, or Todd.
No. Yeah, Todd's going to come in and talk with us about the All-State games for soccer here momentarily.
Okay.
You can tell from the enthusiasm of Sean Garner that this guy could literally take up, Patrick, your full 2 hours.
Sure.
And we'll have to get him back here to talk more as we go on through the rest of the school year about how to improve performance of high school athletes. But Sean, again, for those coaches, for those athletic directors, or for those individual athletes, or for those moms and dads that are trying to help out their young student athletes, male and female, how can they get in touch with you?
Absolutely. So like I said, we are here to help the strength conditioning coaches, the schools, the individual athletes, the teams, any way that we can. We just want to see Oklahoma athletes move, feel, and perform better. That's what we're about. So the best way to check us out is on our website. It's excelperformancetraining.com. Our phone number is 918-949-4223, or email us at info@excelperformancetraining.com. We always say next season starts now at Excel Performance Training. We're on the social media, Facebook, Twitter, at Excel Athlete, Instagram, all that good stuff, YouTube. Check us out online. See what you're thinking. As always, come try us out for free anytime and see how we can help you move, feel, and perform better.
Hey, thanks for being with us this morning.